Alright, welcome to StarSector and Major Freak. It's been a while since I did any commentary. I've been reluctant to speak a lot, mainly because the wife's out and about, and it's kind of hard to talk when she's, right behind me with the TV and all that stuff. So the other reason was because I've been extremely hesitant about commenting on stuff I really don't understand very well and that I'm experimenting with, because when you're making a video like this, you'd like to talk about things in a, this is how I'm playing, this is how it works, but to be wrong about it, I hate to make false impressions for people. So I'm at the point where I'm ready to make some decisions about the next campaign. I'm not quitting completely yet. I'd like to go the distance with this one, just so I can get a feel for the end game, where I haven't got it yet. I'd like to find the Nagato, or at least purchase one. The Monty Hall bullshit from some of the mods is, and one in particular, is just unreal, and I'm going to try to rip out as much of it right now when I start the game as possible, because it's just really, it's not my game style. It's a win button, basically. I didn't know it was a win button, and I would have never installed it if I had known it. So, without further ado, now I've done some changes to the basic game file, the settings in the config folder of the vanilla game, and I've made a few changes to make it more enjoyable for myself. Larger fleet size, more ships in fleet without getting any penalties, more officers, more administrators, because this is once you get there's no getting away from the end game, where you start raking in profits faster than you can spend it. And at that point, things get out of control a little bit. But I would like to keep that out of control as long as possible, to feel like I'm, working paycheck to paycheck, surviving off what I've got, and it controls my profit income as much as possible. So to feel not God mode, that I'm struggling, I'm doing okay, but I'm growing, I'm doing great, I've got way more stuff than I had before, but it's still, I don't have supplies and fuel coming out my wazoo, right? So that's the idea. And part of it is when I have more administrators and more crew and more officers who are leveling up to higher levels, that will mean that a lot of my income is eaten up by just wages, which is great. It puts a lid on that eventual, it'll eventually happen where I've got too much. But to have it happen so quickly and so cheesily is quite annoying. So let's now I'll be getting rid of a bunch of mods next campaign. I found I have no use for them. They're annoying, they're cheesy, they add too much gimmicks to the game that make the game way too easy. Carter's Free Traders, there's a pirate planet in the system created by this faction mod that that is just ridiculous. You can go there. It pretty much produces everything in the game that you need to make a profit out of trading, and it's all, of course, a black market, and it's just redonkulous. So getting rid of that, and the ships and the gear look neat, but it's not my playstyle, right? Underworld, completely getting rid of the cabal, the Starlight Cabal, is ludicrous. I dislike it intensely. The ships are so OP and unbalanced. It's just, and the system itself that the faction adds to the game is an interesting take on it, but it's not my game style. A, it doesn't have a black market. B, it is way out of into the boonies, and therefore I get a lot of missions to it, and there's a self respawning hyper fleet that's just gets on you every single time, and you can't evade it. As soon as it sees you, it goes for you. That's interesting, but at the same time, you're right, not the kind of gameplay I ever wanted to play. Unfortunately. And of course, the ships and the weapons are highly underwhelming. See, what else am I getting? Industrial Evolution, that's the biggest one. Just everything about it is completely unbalanced. It's either God mode or completely ridiculously gimmicky and useless, like completely underwhelming. It's just all over the map. Not really a fan of Mayasuran. Yeah, it's underwhelming. Roider Union is, the stuff you get is annoying. Very almost Monty Hallish in its conception, and I don't really like it. It's kind of like Industrial Evolution light. It's just, I do not need what is going on here. I think it's more a Nexarelian kind of thing, and that kind of total conversion I am completely against. I've played Nexarelian, love it, it's great. It's just not my playstyle. And Metelson I'll most likely get rid of too. It's underwhelming. I don't use it. It's neat, but at the same time, there is enough in the game to get that challenge and that interesting alien feel to it than something that's pretty bland. Bulltack, I'll probably get rid of that. Maybe not. It's possible. And this is why I want to play the game as much, this campaign as much as possible, to take it all the way, to see what actually happens, what interesting stuff with those factions do happen. Probably nothing. Nexarelian is where the big fleet actions happen, but we'll see. Jackunders, I'd like to keep it just because adding ships and guns is fun, but I'm not really getting anything out of it, and it's very bland and meh, so it's just not my playstyle. And then this one, oh my Jesus Christ, God, I can't, between Starlight and Volantian, it's just, this is not my playstyle at all. The pink, purple, OP ships, whenever I face a fleet of these, I never recover their ships or the weapons. I just sell it straight to market. I try to ignore that mod. It's just, what kind of game do you think this is, right? I mean, flashy, over the top, space opera. Okay, great. But I'm more of a, a Firefly, an Expanse kind of person, and that dark, gritty atmosphere is completely undermined by everything that Volantian and the Underworld Starlight Cabal, yeah, stand for. So barf. So yeah, that's the stuff I'm gonna get rid of. But for now, in we go. And what I'll do immediately is rip out as many industrial evolution stuff from my colonies as I possibly can right away. Because I'm just... The way I play, I think, is that I think the mod is meant for people who would like more out of the game in interesting ways, but none of those ways are balanced and make sense for my kind of game. And it's just all over the map. It's interesting concept, but it's not. It's definitely not my cup of tea. So we go change specialization. We just go back to mining. It's interesting, and I think our academies. I'm not really sure if our academies are part of the. I think they are. I don't actually use them, actually. I don't think they're part of the vanilla game. And I'm pretty sure the embassies aren't. I think I suffer a hit if I do that. Yeah, that's the problem, ripping stuff out. But I'm going to do the engineering hub, I'm pretty sure. Right? It's just... nope. And this one, just nope. Yeah. Privateer base, yeah, nope. Pretty sure the embassy, yep. Yeah, whatever. Academy, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's not vanilla. Yeah, so there we go. And military relays, yep. Embassy, yep. Restoration docks, whoop-de frickin' thing. Okay, there we go. Back to basic. And this goes bye-bye. I'm fairly sure when I do this, it just removes. It doesn't salvage anything. Requisition. Yeah, none of this is just Senate. It's like it's just, yeah, it's 100% not the way I wanted to play the game. Yeah, it's cute, gimmicky, and just whatever. Commerce. Yeah, that's... oh, right, and I'll have to be there to manage the item to rip it out. So all the items get ripped out. Basic mining. Salvage yards. Pretty sure that's IndustrialEvolution. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, and this is definitely a part of IndustrialEvolution. It's just right. So I'll go back and Wasn't getting much out of this actually, which is kind of weird. But anyways, that's done. So yeah, be interesting to see my income. right? So if battles, the issue is, for me at least, is what's the sweet spot between missile carriers and how too many little ships, too slow ships. I gotta have them quick enough with fire vulnerability and range themselves, and if I can have it so I can put them on the field cheaply and fast enough to get a position, and not kind of trade fast gem when I first deploy them. That's would be where I want to invest a lot of my attention as a strategic level. So yeah, the fighters in themselves, or for my second line, the basic ships line, which I mean, have some fun, little stuff, right? And having it's okay on 6 or 8 officers, right? But I'd like each ship to have personality. Having an officer for each of these ships would really go a long way to add a lot of flavor. I have such buttons and apps too, but at the same time, having an officer on it really helps. So, and it's silly that I don't get to control a lot of officers because to control a lot of officers is going to cost you, right? So it just seems kind of odd. To me, it's not who's piloting the ship, it's like how you fit it and where you place it, or how the AI is operating. It's how you fly it, it's not, how many officers you have in the fleet, how much, extra boost it gives. It seems, there's a lot of things in the game that give you that advantage. Why you, gives the advantage without any of the deference, and we already have an ability to directly drain our wallet. And to keep costs, if they get high enough, there's enough of them. Why are we not encouraging that in the developer? It's like, where's my setting? So that's my thing. Right, so, yeah, between F40 and 35. Point cost, and of course, now when you're playing with the settings, that's perfectly fine. You have to put on field ships, and eventually the negative as well. So, yeah, it's fun. It makes it more enjoyable, I think, yeah. And you can manually select some ships I'd like to have to the next. Yeah, maybe we think the bombers on all my carriers, right? I think for fighters for these guys, so it can deal with the phase ships. So I'm thinking that. So everything's great. And yeah, there's nothing lost. These are so young battlefields. I'll probably rethink what's going on with them. But yeah, so far it's DCL fancy, but now I'm like, yeah, you guys move here, and you guys move here. Hey, I'm no longer studying it individually. I'm just throwing into the field. Okay, right? And these three. So, oh, and a second over here. This guy's not supposed to be part of this. He's supposed to be number 2 forces. Yeah, makes sense. I used to go fast before, and I was like, it works. I didn't like the projecting, but it seems to work fine. If you do it, crazy. We'll see. And of course, I let F11 get this in. And shields, I'm going to shield my flashlight. I don't see what's up with my jet. So please is there direct to charge in and go in battle pass or no. Whereas if they were like if they use this long field battle as flying jets. I'm going to go back off and get bucks. You can't get jets with because they're good right? So themselves you can't really actually get that stuff. Yeah, I'm anything. And you guys have charge of the tip out. Free fun. Yeah, fire up and then okay. Yeah, we have a lot of your free ones you have to do full self, just bring all these, just do it, and actually attack, but actually still full self, and full self, and it does it all. just like bargaining loss because of the waves. Okay. Yeah, it's player skill and luck, basically. Different battles, not the number of officers I have, which skills they have, right? Yeah, those damn trooper, many things. Yeah, they're definitely OP, but I might not have decent point defense on some of my ships. I should have, right? But 8 crappy at 0 cost point defense from EW. No problem with them. There we go. Let's drop this back. These should be tanky, so these are a lot. Let's sure we're tanky again. Let's see, well, probably just to wrap up one thing, roll up one thing.